Oh my
Hi,
gosh.
Halls.
Hi, how the heck are ya?
Oh, girly, wow. You want to talk about I feel brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know how to I really still have not found a way to articulate it like 100% the way that I want to, but I feel brand new. What about you? How
Did
you
you
feel?
did you ever listen to Hillary Duff? Probably not. You're a little
Mm,
gangster, babe. Like, okay, she has
mm.
this CD called Metamorphosis,
I
and
do know of that.
there
Yes.
you go. That's what I thought of when you said you feel brand new. I just like pictured like me.
A butterfly coming out of a cocoon.
Yeah.
It's genuinely how I feel. 100%.
Um. Anyways, no, you were watching Scarface and listening to I couldn't even name a single artist.
A
There we go. Yeah. No, I don't know how I'm feeling at this point.
So
There's a
valid.
lot of emotions, a lot of processing. So yeah, just lots of changes happening recently. Very good changes, much needed changes. They're changes that help promote growth, and that's all what we're all about. Honestly, I don't know if we would have gotten there eventually, I'm sure, but I don't know if we would have gotten there as quickly as we did or around the same time that we did without the podcast. If I'm being completely honest, it's really helped with the intention of let's keep pushing for more. Let's keep pushing for the lives that we want and the finding that happiness and that gratitude every single day and finding things that pour into us. And holy cow, I'm really excited for this next chapter for us.
But as I was saying, before I lose my train of thought, is
Yes.
that what's crazy to me is that you got sober a month before I got sober. And then
Mm,
I did
yeah.
this thing a month before you did your thing. But it's just you and I have same language, different fonted so many times. It is unreal.
So Steph and I, we met by working on the same team together
Yep.
and at the same company together. And
Yep.
recently we have both made some changes. So yesterday was my last day at a company that I've been at for a third of my life, which is bonkers to me. I am very much thankful for the growth that I had there, everything that I learned there, and for the people that I'm taking from there with me. Like there are some people that I met there and have been my work family and for nearly 10 years. Like I'm very excited to make this transition though and take everything that I've learned and all of those relationships and start something new. And by making these changes, Steph and I both have more time and bandwidth to put into this podcast and
Mm-hmm.
to bring you guys content and bring you guys hopefully some resources and motivation to also find that more because it's out there. We don't need to settle. We don't need to ever feel stuck in our day-to-days, no matter what that looks like, whether that be work or relationships or your habits. You don't ever have to feel stuck. There is always more. There's growth, there's change. It's exciting, it's terrifying,
Mm.
but it's there.
It is, and I'm that more that we've just kind of like really grabbed onto that word more is we don't want more stuff. We don't want
No.
more money is always would always be nice, but
Yeah.
that's never been the motivation. And I think because it has never been the motivation, that is why some of the doors that have opened for us recently have opened in the way that they have, is because
Mm-hmm.
I think through the podcast we really sunk our teeth into what is really 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 important, like
Mm-hmm.
truly important to the core of
Yeah.
us, not the material things, not the things that can just go away. And for you and I, time has been a huge, huge factor in just the amount
Mm-hmm.
of time that we will now have to take all of this energy that we have. And I hope that it has become increasingly apparent how much energy the two of us have, to put that into something that really that is just, it's on our hearts. It's been on
Mm-hmm.
our hearts for quite literally years now. I mean, we're not quite a year into the podcast yet, but we've been talking about this stuff and how important
Right.
it is to us and what was holding us back from getting to the point that I feel like we just are like truly starting and being able to fully embrace now. Because
Yeah.
about a month ago, I also left the
I'm
company
just
where
following on your coattails. Like,
Halls and I, well, like I said at the start of all of this, you really took a deep dive into sobriety and said, you know what, no, I'm done. Like I'm going to give this the best shot that I can. And that inspired me. It inspired me to say, this is somebody who I trust. This is somebody who I have confided in, who knows me, and if she can do it and she's cheering me on that I can do it, so can I,
I
kind
can
of
do it.
deal.
You can definitely do
Well,
it.
that and you and I have gone back and forth about that stuff so many times. So then
Yes.
this one is huge. It is huge. It is not lost on either of us that
No.
this is a terrifying, nerve-wracking, life-flipping kind of change, but that more, sometimes you just gotta do it.
You have to trust big man. Let go and let
Yes.
God is literally what my manager, she just like
Let
literally said
go,
that to me.
let
Yes.
God. Let
And
go,
it's
let
it's
God.
as a Christian my entire life, I will absolutely say it is terrifying to let go and let God. It absolutely is. I am such a control freak, and by letting go of that control that I again don't actually even have,
We
none
don't.
of us do. Like
None of us.
it is really scary, and it's scary one word because it's your livelihood. Like
Yes.
there's so many things that rely on what you do every single day, and I absolutely understand why people stay where they are for as long as they do when it doesn't pour into their cup. Like I do understand that. Like finances aren't just like willy-nilly, we'll figure it out.
Right.
You do have to be wise about it, absolutely. So it's very scary changing your day to day and just trusting that it is going to work out in some shape or form.
I could not have said it better. I truly could not have said it any better, because it's something that I've had to think about since that day.
Yes.
And every day since, when I've had a moment of, what did I do? I went from every 2 weeks my paycheck is getting deposited kind of deal, because we are in, once again, different fonting kind of situations. You're following your heart and found a place where you can really pour into that, but it is established, and I'm on the other side where I'm trying to establish through our new business. So still a little bit of a different font, still takes the same amount of trust. Like still takes the same amount of, I'm going to believe in this new thing that I'm doing.
Right.
And believe that big man has my back through all of this, because I wouldn't have been feeling the way that I was feeling where I was if I wasn't supposed to be making a change. That's something that I have held on to so tightly, is that I wouldn't have gone and made the cut and the break in the way that I did if big man was not like, girl, move. Like, you're asking me for guidance and you're asking me what should I do. But I keep going back to that quote, like, ready is not a feeling. Feeling ready is not a thing. Ready is, you've got to do it. Like, you have to make the decision. And that is, of course, for so many people, the career and the job and everything, that can be 90% of what we are concerned about day in and day out. But it also is everything that we've talked about so far on the podcast. Like, you can make all the goals. You can have the idea for the habits that you want to put in place. You can say, I need to set that boundary. But until you're actively putting it in action, nothing will change, period. Nothing's going to change unless you're actively doing it.
There
so
is
we did
no time,
it.
like perfect time to do something. I feel
there's
like
no perfect time for anything.
time. Right. No. Like ever. And until you're in the midst of it or have figured it out, and then you can have that that wonderful hindsight that is either kind of a B or like
Yeah.
wonderful to have, where you're like, oh, this actually was the perfect time. It actually worked out really well. In sign language, it literally goes like this. Like, it's so smooth. It's like cogs in a machine. It just keeps on going. You don't notice that until you're through it.
Yeah. But you got to go through it.
Yeah, you got to just take that leap. And it is, like I said, it's absolutely terrifying.
It's terrifying.
But we did it. And now I'm so excited to see where this goes and see what we can pour into this pod.
Because we did. I mean, we completed the entire first season, and we learned so much between season 1 and season 2, which is
holy cow! It's right around the corner. June 16th, guys. If you didn't watch all of the blooper reel, it's at the end. But
June 16th.
June 16th is season 2, and holy cow, our lives are so completely different than when we started. It's bonkers how different life is since really focusing on, like you said, your non-negotiables or your treasures, and figuring out how to prioritize what really matters and taking action to make those your focus every single day, and making yourself your focus every single day, and your happiness and your mental stability and
all of the
mental
things.
Stability.
Like all of the, like, not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows, and I say that I joke about that all the time, with my kids and with my family. Like, it's not, there's no guarantee that it's going to be even easy. Some days are easier than others. But one of my favorite things about this entire process is, I completely agree with you, I can actively feel myself becoming a different person in a way that it's like, I've thought about all of these things for years and years, and I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. Well, now it's putting it all into action and actively doing it, and really, I guess, honestly, kind of in a way, setting a boundary with myself because through all of this, I could have spiraled. I
probably did a little bit.
I could have lost my marbles for sure. But it was setting that boundary with myself, like, you're either going to do it and you're going to go all in and you're going to just full send it, or don't do it at all. Because if you're going to get stuck in that awkward, like, woe is me kind of mindset, you're not only not being honest with all of the things that you're talking about, but you're not, how am I going to sit here and hope to reach people about all of these truly, to me, and the more I see and the more I read, our generation, because something about our millennial space, Gen Z, whatever, I don't even know at this point.
I don't know all the lingo.
All I know is that we're different, and we are thinking about things differently, and we are tolerating things differently.
Yeah. I think, like, it's the generation before us wanted, it's the wanting more. Again, it's just coming back to that. We want more. And it's just kind of changed what is that more?
What is the more?
Because
yes.
The generation before us, it was like, we want more money. Now it's like, we want more peace.
Yeah.
That's like the first word that came to my head.
Yeah.
Like,
I will give up this, and this if it means that I can have this. It's a different type of sacrifice. I really like I said, I don't really know 100% how to explain it, but I think we're getting to the humanity of it all. I'm a human first.
Not an employee.
No, I'm not. It's just, and I'm never gonna be. I'm just, it's not like that for me. Some people it is, and some people, like, they really just genuinely love it, and they want different things. And that's
okay.
It is. But
I just really hope that they're still taking care of themselves too, though. Like, I will say that. That's okay.
That's it.
make sure you have some boundaries and that
Absolutely.
you have some self-care. What would you say is the biggest thing that you've learned since starting season 1?
I hate to say it. Like, I really hate to say it because I just feel like I'm going to play it out. I'm going to play it out. But you just got to do it. I have told myself to do it scared probably a million times, and we are only into June so far this year, that no one cares as much about you as they think that they do. And I do not mean that in an ugly way whatsoever, because if anything that I have learned through starting the podcast, having conversations with these people, is that people do genuinely care. They do,
Right.
like, without question. But the cringe that I thought I was, the nervousness about how I spoke about my lived experience, like, what? Like, I'm not going to tell that story because it might paint me in a certain light. I don't care how it paints me. I'm sorry. Right. Because to the core of myself, I know that I'm a good person. I know that I'm not out here seeking ill. I'm not trying to hurt anybody with my words. I'm not like this diva that my brain tried to make me feel like I was. Like, I just, like, I was so daggum mean to myself, Holly. I was so mean to myself for so long. And this podcast has just broken all of that down. Like, literal, I'm a beautiful butterfly. Like, I just, it
I'm
taught.
so funny. I'm so annoyed.
Girl, go back and watch the blooper reel, okay? I can't breathe through half of it. Let be so for real right now. He's on the lam, okay? That's all I got to say. But I'm just saying. Is that you got to be vulnerable. Sometimes you just have to literally do it. Nobody's thinking about you as much as you think that they are, because we are all very much thinking about ourselves, and that is okay. Like, what in the world? I've got to keep me alive. Like,
you gotta keep your horde alive. Like,
for real. Like, it's just, and that part of it too. That part of it too has been huge for me as a mom, is that through doing this and feeling my confidence grow through it, I genuinely feel like it is impacting my family at this point. Like, I really, I do, just their interest in things, the things that we're talking about. Like, it's really crazy. I feel like I've learned so much over the first season. I can't wait to see, like, where we continue to go from here. Like, I really genuinely can't.
I know. I am so excited for season 2, and to see, you can see throughout season 1 how we kind of, this is what I've learned the most, is I am a perfectionist. I have accepted that about myself, and I'm trying to kind of keep it in check a little bit of, it doesn't have to be following every single thing. I felt like we had to provide so much value in every single episode for every single person who could possibly listen, every demographic. That's not going to be the case. Some people are going to take something from one episode. Some are going to take it from another. Some might not take anything at all and not follow us anymore. And I'm really sorry to hear that. But I hope you live the best life that you can, and maybe come back at some point if you'd like to give it a little gander. But stop worrying about trying to hit the mark on every single thing. It's not going to happen. We're going to have random earthquakes that are actually just Stephanie. And you can see us kind of let go a little bit throughout season 1. And I'm excited to see that continue. Us finding our groove, finding our niche. Is that how you pronounce that? Is that right? Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah. You're asking me.
Just, double entendre. Bless. What can the listeners expect in season 2?
I would say, I just literally following off of what you just said. Like, we're going to pull the reins back a little bit. Like, I can just feel it from the both of us that
being even more vulnerable. I feel like I can
Yeah.
speak about a lot more now.
Yeah. Oh, without question. Without question. Oh, the stories these walls could tell. No, I mean, my brother said that after, I think it was like maybe episode 1 or episode 2 of listening to the pod and just offering his feedback at the start of season 1. And he said, you know, you guys could definitely throw in some more anecdotes and stories about your stories, because people really do, they connect to that. And it's I'm gonna do it. Ready? It's the Taylor Swift reference. But no, it's the, you may not be able to relate to the exact stuff that she's saying, but enough of us can listen and pull from what she is talking about to relate to something that we went through. And basically, my story that I have about a specific situation might not be anything that you or our listeners or anybody have ever experienced, but it may like remind them of something that similar, you know, and through listening to the story, how I went through it, how I got through it and got to the other side of it, that might help them maybe go back and re-navigate. Go ahead.
If you get just one, if you relate to just one,
but we've said it, all that. Just one, literally, that's all that matters. So I think really that's what I'm hoping for most in season 2, is continuing to pull back that layer of myself that's already gone and thrown a ton of vulnerability out there into the world. I mean, you mentioned it. I mean, just talking to a few people yesterday who it's like, that's not somebody I thought would ever listen to our podcast. Right. And I said, okay. I mean, I love it. Thank you.
I don't think about who listens. I can't, because then I will spy. I'll be like, oh my gosh, what did they think? I can't do it. I have to have that boundary of, this is just us.
I mean, that can be scary, you know, like, oh, well, that's not somebody I would typically share this part of my life with. Well, a little too late for that.
It's out there. You ain't getting it back.
No. So what's the point now? That I think that's my biggest takeaway, is what's the point of dialing it back now for season 2? Like, we're just going to continue to full send it. Why not?
Yeah. No, exactly. And a lot of our values and the things that we prioritize that are important to us will be discussed in season 2. We didn't have enough time in season 1. I don't know if we're ever going to have enough time. It's just going to keep on going. Things that are, because that priority list is going to fluctuate to an extent. Yeah,
it does.
But, you know, talking about Big Man, finally, talking about breaking the mold and different things like that, just getting out of these stigmas that we kind of create for ourselves without even realizing it. And again, shooting for that more. Why not?
Why not?
Honestly, why not?
Why not us? Like, why not any of us? What makes us so not worthy of more? You know, what makes us not capable of shooting for more? Why not? What makes me any different than, I'm just going to say it because she's the first person that comes to mind, and I can't wait to watch a documentary about her, but Alex Cooper. I mean, like, she's the
I thought you were going to say Taylor Swift, and I was like,
no,
you're shooting high, man.
Listen, Linda, okay, I can be motivated while also being realistic. So $1 billion, please.
Ooh,
yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, it's just, why not us?
Right.
Why not this podcast to be the one that, you know, is a weekly listen for people. I
would love that.
Yeah, me too.
What got me through this past 2 weeks was, I knew that if I didn't go for this, if I didn't shoot for this change or jump into the deep end, I knew I would look back, and the only reason that I didn't was because I was scared. And I refuse. My stubbornness refuses to ever allow myself to live that way.
Ooh.
I can't do it.
Speak on it, girly. Speak on it. Because it is just...
That's all I got on it.
She's like, I literally just threw it out there. And I think a lot of it also for me was looking back and thinking about all of the times that something could have changed and I could have
Mhm.
done something different and I didn't because I was scared. And thank gosh I didn't. Thank gosh I didn't because I may not have ended up where I'm sitting right now.
Right.
But it won't
Your bedroom?
be yeah.
Yep.
That's
But
very true.
anyhow,
Okay.
okay, sorry, back at it. What are some ways that you are prioritizing your own self care and self growth
It's
as you
just
navigate through this transition season?
um I I would say, honestly, having the time to be more intentional, like just having the
Yeah.
time to be more intentional about things. And in those moments where it's like, okay, well, previously this is what I would have been doing at this time. Okay, well, let's fill it in with something that you want to be doing. Like, let's fill that
Right.
time in with something that's going to fill your
Ooh.
cup, to help you hit a goal, to it's always changing, like you said, the list does change and it ebbs and it flows, but it's
Right.
just, I mean, I just, in my 20s money was everything to me, dude. Like in my 20s money, I was like, let's get this bag, like whatever I can do to make this money, let's get the credit score up, let's do this, let's do that. All of that is still important, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Like I'm not dumb to the fact that like you got to have it to survive, but
Right.
I'm also in my old lady age of a whopping 34 realizing that time, to me right now, time is more important, period, because
Mhm.
it is going so freaking fast. And being a mom and watching time happen through people who you love and stuff is just very like eye opening. So
Right.
whatever I can do to reclaim my time, that's how I'm practicing. I'm reclaiming my time, dadgummit, is
Dadgummit.
it's very important to me right now. So I would say that that's really how I'm like focusing and like honing in on my like self-care and making sure that I don't like lose myself in this season of newness, because I think when
Yes.
things are new it can be easy to be like, all right, what are like the three things that I need to do to survive while I process all of this new information and everything else. Okay, everything else is just, oh, I'm focusing on this new thing. Well, no, like I don't want to lose what we've achieved so far just because I flipped my life upside down.
Right, exactly. And that's literally what I was going to say. I'm trying to avoid going on autopilot. Like that is my
Yes.
biggest push right now, is because it is a season of change. It's a
Mm-hmm.
season of transitions, and that is so easy to just kind of, just like the holidays, like falling onto that autopilot. I'm trying to be very intentional with making sure I take the time to process each of these emotions that comes with the transitions. Somebody said yesterday, like, don't be sad about leaving, like just focus on the excitement. And while I do understand that, this is somewhere that I've been for a third of my life.
Right.
It's something that is, yes, the change was needed, but it deserves to be mourned. And I
Yes.
need to feel all of that before I can really allow myself to feel this excitement for the change, which is definitely there. But I don't want to jump through that, because this is a big moment, and you don't, I feel like you kind of black it out because it's so overwhelming, and
Oh,
then you
for
look back and
sure.
you're like, I don't even remember what those days were like. And I don't want to forget this big time. This is a big chapter that is closing and a big one that is opening, and I want to soak it all up and remember all of it.
Yeah. Oh, that and intention with the memory. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good talking point for sure,
It's
because
really
you're
hard when you've had 5 concussions. You really got to focus on that intention with the memory.
Hall's port noggin.
Do you want to keep your accident insurance? Yes, please.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
change can be scary, change can be hard, change can be weird, and it's just
Right.
our natural defense mechanism to protect ourselves. But this isn't something that you need protection from, and it's like you're
Mm-hmm.
recognizing that. Like, I don't need to be protected from this. I'm good. Like,
Right.
truly, I am good. But I can be good and also still, I like the way you put that, mourn where you were and where you left, because it wasn't all bad. Of course, anything is going to have
No.
highs, lows, and things and everything in between. It's not
Right.
like it was like, oh, it was all bad and I'm ready, like let's go. But also holding space for that, getting through that, working through that, so that way you can move into this new thing like just free and clear.
Yeah. Just slowing down, allowing yourself to
Yeah.
feel all the things
Yeah.
and just slow down. There's a lot of changes potentially at play right now. We're just
Yeah.
trying to take it one step
One
at a time.
one at a time.
Right.
And it's just none of it is that serious. Like
No.
none of it
It
is.
feels like it
It
is, but
feels like it
don't let it
is.
trick you.
No, that's
I hate
not
to say it's just life because I worry about everything. I have anxiety, don't get me wrong.
right.
But it is just life.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's going to keep on going no matter what. No matter what you do. And think about everything that you've gone through in the past.
To get to here.
You got through it.
Yeah.
You will continue to get through it. It just, that is always the end result. Whether it's good, bad, whether something you learn from to do differently moving forward or something that you crush and you have already mastered, you will get through it no matter what it looks like.
That's it. And the more, I don't want to say control, because like you said, not
LOL.
not a thing. But the more, I guess maybe just consciousness that it's all here. It's all in your noggin, dude.
Yeah.
It really is. Like it all starts here. If you are telling yourself this is a hard time and that is valid, I can say that out loud. This is a hard time, not for me personally, but for anybody out there going through a change, because I honestly don't feel like this is a hard time right now. I think this is like,
this is a new adventure for you.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not scared anymore. I don't know. For me personally, I've gone through way worse. Like this is peas and carrots compared to some things that happened before I was Stephanie, the mom and wife. That was a different creature. Like, I don't know. But it all starts in your head. It really does. And the more you tell yourself, like, yes, this is a change. It's weird. It's scary, but I'm going to get through it. Tomorrow's going to come regardless. I am doing the best that I can right now. And you can look at yourself and genuinely tell yourself that. Now, if you're not actually doing the best that you can, like, find a way to switch it up. Because I get that too. I definitely do. But it starts with you. And it starts with
Push
you.
for the more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Push for the more.
And tell yourself you can do it. Because you can. 100%.
Whether it's pretty or not, you can do it.
Do it in any way. Just do it.
Any capacity.
Literally.
What are we loving right now, Steph?
Summer vacation, dude. Oh my gosh. This is like I'm
my pimple patch. Guys, sorry. It is, the day in between jobs, I'm just pimple patching and getting a massage.
Getting it already.
Self-care.
The actual literal physical self-care. But yeah, it's just, this is through, since I left, my last day was Earth Day, which I think is just very funny because we're in junk removal now. And I don't know what has happened inside my heart, but I've become like Pocahontas out here. I'm just like, save the earth, save the waterways. Like, what can we do? It's just very heavy on my heart. Literally. Yeah. You can paint with all the colors of the wind, except we're all this trash, like cheese and rice. You think you own whatever land you land on. It's just ever since the last day, like I've just really been able to be a mom, and everything else that has happened and all the goodness that I've done for myself, and all the time that I've been able to kind of pour into my own cup, just really being able to be a mom and really just, I mean, that's all I ever really wanted to do. I don't know that it's forever because I am a working person, but for right now, I'm going to soak up every moment that I can with these kiddos because it has just been the blessing of my years so far. Yeah. What about you, Haas? What are we loving right now?
I need to start going first. I'm really, really loving my Starbucks oat milk cinnamon creamer that I just tried for the first time today.
Oh,
it's delicious. So I'm trying to cut dairy out just a little bit. Honestly, just cutting my coffee creamer, making it non-dairy, but the Starbucks cinnamon oat milk is really, really good.
It sounds really,
I'm glad
really
you enjoyed
good.
being a mom.
Listen, we are going to same language and we are going to different font, and that is us. This is us.
This is great show.
Anyways. Great show. Love you,
Love
listeners.
you, listeners.
Bye.
Bye.